All right, we are live on YouTube and we are going live now on Instagram. Give me 1 second, family. How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? How are y'all doing? I'm fine and dandy. Thank you. What took me so long, peace and love, family. Peace and love, family. All right. So let's set the mood right because y'all, I just was not. I feel my heart just racing because when you're looking for something and you put it somewhere and you can't find it, it frustrates me. So that's what took me so long. So let's set the mood right, okay? We are live right now on YouTube and Instagram. Peace and love and light to the family. Make sure y'all add something to the chat because I love engagement. If you know how I do, right? I got my beautiful candle here by my good sis, Shawnee, a touch of goddess. So make sure you follow her. And it's the lemongrass. So, ooh, I needed that. I needed that. All right. So shout out to her for this amazing, beautiful candle. Right. I have my elderberry syrup, which is on my website, holisticapalace.com. Keep that immune defense system up, baby. Right. So we're feeling good, right? How we doing in the chat? Peace and love to everyone. I see y'all in there. Instagram is always showing love. We got to get the YouTube subscribers up, the YouTube viewers up. Like I said, my handle is the same on all platforms, Holistic Hope. That's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you, _NLS, for buying their first badge. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all, we're going to get into it. Get excited. Get excited. Thank you again for that badge. If y'all want to do what _NLS is doing, please feel free to share. You can do it on my PayPal, my Cash App, or my Zelle. And all of my information is in my link tree. Peace and love to everyone. Whew, we're going to get into it because it is Heart Health Month. Y'all, it is also Black Melanated People Month, and we need to get into it when it comes to heart health and its connection to the liver. I just really recently did an amazing breakdown on uh, congestive heart failure and liver disease. Liver challenges or poor liver function. It's on my Patreon. Okay, let me fix my glasses. So keep falling. It is on my Patreon. So for those who want to go and subscribe to my Patreon, Holistic Hope, all across the board. Okay, I'm going to make sure I put that in the chat. It's Holistic Hope. You can choose your tier. This video, for those who want the recording, this will be uploaded on my Patreon tonight. And that'll be free for all of my subscribers. Okay, so make sure y'all come through on the Patreon. All right, my friend is dealing with CHF. This is right on time. Yes, please share this information with her because what I'm about to share with y'all is going to blow y'all mind. And disclaimer, right? Some of the photos that I'm going to be sharing with you all might be a little graphic, not graphic in a sense, but if you have like a weak stomach or you're like, oh my God, I want to see that, then you can kind of like tap off the live and come back. But I have to show y'all this because I have to show y'all what's in the human body when it's just like stuck in there and you're walking around with these toxins and you don't know what's going on. You have these sour, angry moods and you don't know why. Sometimes people just wake up angry and they don't know why they're angry, right? They're like, oh my God, like just argumentative and just, you know, day by day, mad at traffic, mad at everything in the world and really don't know why. And y'all, the liver is the key. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Give me 1 second, YouTube, because there's a couple of photos that I need to download before I share my screen. Who's ready for this breakdown? Who is ready for this breakdown? Okay, who is ready? Hold on 1 second. YouTube. because I need to get these photos up. We need to get these photos up. Put some one in the chat. Put some 4 4s in the chat. We are calling from. We are coming from. Let me know. Right? We about to get into it again. The full breakdown of what we're talking about is no, not that one. Is on my Patreon/holistic hope. Patreon/holistic hope. So make sure y'all show love there. All right. I'm really like growing that page. There was another photo. All right. Yes, yes. I see y'all. I see y'all. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let me see. This is the one I wanted to share. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Let's see. We're going to share the screen, YouTube family. I always have to share my entire screen because it's like, oh, there we go. Oh, sometimes it just doesn't be working out. Okay. All right. Peace and love. Yes. _NLS. That shared the badge from Toronto, Canada. Okay. Chicago in the house. All right. I see my NYC family is in the house. All right. So we're going to just start off like real smooth, like, all right. Yes, I'm on YouTube right now. I'm on YouTube right now. And the reason why I'm doing both platforms is because this stream is going to be saved. And then it's going to be uploaded to my Patreon. So those who catching it live, yes, good. All right. Because this is only going to be available on my Patreon. So yes, it's on YouTube as well. All right. So we just starting off. Why am I starting off with this? Why is it so important? Because yes, we're talking about the liver. We're also talking about the heart. And we're going to be talking about blood pressure, which that all, goes into that, right? So these are your, right now, what they have as the blood pressure numbers, what's normal, what's considered elevated. And I want to point out a specific note is that when it comes to blood pressure, when it comes to Black melanated people, is that because we are a heart people, what does that mean? Is that our heart and our blood flows differently than any other race or group. Pardon me, my glasses are falling off. Our blood flows differently than any other ethnic group. Okay, so yes, your blood pressure may show a higher reading than your counterparts. And remember, family, the numbers, 10 or 15 years ago, maybe before that, was 140 over 90. Okay, so you notice that it changes constantly. And why is it changing constantly? Why is it that before 140 over 90? And the reason why that is because I have to say, y'all, come on, that is to constantly get more of a demographic on medication. So immediately when you think, oh, I have high blood pressure, what can I do to remedy that? Instead of thinking, okay, well, what were your emotions like before you went into that doctor's office, right? Are you nervous? Are you stressed about anything? Then you have to think about certain foods that you've eaten that specific day that could have elevated your blood pressure. Is your blood pressure constantly elevated on a day-to-day basis, or is it just that specific day? So we have to begin to think about that before we say, yes, give me your medications. I am at your beck and call. We have to begin to critically and strategically think about that. All right. And also, again, melanated people, your heart, your blood flows differently. Okay. I cannot stress that enough. We are different for a reason. Listen, they not like us. Okay, come on now. I had to throw that in there for real. Even RFK had said something about before we keep going. What's the YouTube channel? You can type in Holistic Hope or Holistica, the Master Iridologist. That's my YouTube handle. Also, it's on my link tree. So if you go on my link tree on my page, you can tap the link and it'll take you straight to my YouTube channel. All right. So yes, yes, as I was saying, right? We not like them. They not like us. And even RFK was stating that. Well, I don't agree with everything he said, but he said that Black people need different vaccines than those of their counterparts because our bodies are different. Listen, I don't think I know we don't need none of them. Okay. We don't need any of them. It's not, oh, put them on he said we should have a different schedule. That's what he said, not different vaccines. We should have a different schedule than those of our counterparts because we are different beings. And I say, we don't need no schedule. We don't need no different vaccinations. We just don't need it. We don't need anything that's going to disrupt our blood and also put extra pressure on our liver. Okay. And if you guys, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to birth. How many of y'all had children that was diagnosed with jaundice at birth? Put a 1 in a chat. Put a 1 in a chat. Listen, this is all tying in together. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna sip my elderberry. And for those who missed it, because y'all, I was going crazy looking for something, so I had to let me calm myself down. I have my beautiful candle. Had to have it because it really is helping me right now. Lemongrass candle by my sis Shawnee, A Touch of Goddess. You can follow her on Instagram, A Touch of Goddess. All right. So if you had your child, your baby, your newborn baby, and they say, oh, we have to take the baby and put it under that light because they were diagnosed with jaundice, right? It's because of what? That vitamin K boot, okay, which causes the liver to work 10 times or hundreds of times where their little livers is not even fully developed. Okay, so I'll be going on that on my Patreon only. I'm not going to go too deep into that here. I am not trying to get my page taken down. I know that, it has been like vaccine been talked about a lot. So I'm not really too concerned about that. But if you want more of my raw content, when I really go in on that, you want to get on my Patreon. Okay, I have a lot of information when it comes to that. Because like I said, in my previous lives and those who've been following me for years, I've been raised on this. Okay, my mother was an activist when it came to vaccinations. My grandmother as well, and I've never, my daughter either. All right, so if you want more of my raw content, come on over to Patreon, Holistic Hope, and I will make sure that you're satisfied. Okay, so I just wanted to just show y'all, what's normal and elevated and high blood pressure and hypertension. And family, you can take care of your quote unquote high blood pressure naturally. All right. Of course, a lot of us, I could be speaking to the choir right now, but for those of you who are on these medications and taking it for years, not only is it that it's your liver connected to all of that, but you are also damaging the liver more because the liver has to detoxify all of those medications that are constantly bombarded in the body. Okay, you're constantly putting it in your body, and the liver has to try to filter all of that out so it doesn't affect the rest of your organs. Okay, so I'm going to share another picture. Now, what's so interesting? Hold on, before I share another picture, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because this is the whole gist of it, right? I have a client that I'm working with, and this is what inspired, like, because this is Heart Health Month, right? And if you already know that I have been saying on my platform that I have dedicated my time and energy to really intensifying the study of the liver so that we can all see that it is tied virtually every disease, every challenge that we face, and every symptom that we have that we attach a disease name to is linked to a poor functioning liver and gallbladder. Okay, and also bile obstruction, BILE obstruction. Also, just to interject, my spring liver flush is coming up March the 17th through the 22nd. You want to get on that because the early bird special ends March 1st, right? So we do it as a group. It's a 6-day process. You're going to get a liver flush kit with your order once you order, and you're also going to be added to my healing community. For those who joined and did not get the link, I'm going to get to you, I promise, tonight. It has been a very busy few days. So I promise I'm going to get to you all tonight, and your package will be sent. My goal is to get to 50 people by March, and we are getting close. So I want to make sure you guys are get that information. It is March 17th to March 22nd. All right. Ooh, that's a good question. Will the liver flush help with uterofibroids? Ooh, let me tell you, I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in. Listen. Oh, I love it. I love the work that I'm doing because I'm answering so many questions for y'all. And all the links that, oh, it's focused on one area, focus on just your thyroid. And no, it's really the root of it all is that liver, baby. What's poppin'? The motherhood healer, what's poppin'? And I gotta shout her out. She is having an event in April out here in Georgia. If I had the flyer, man, I would share, but I'm gonna share it on my story. So make sure y'all look out for that. All right. All right. So yes, this is what I wanted to say. All right. Yes, keep that engagement up, y'all. Ask some questions in the chat. I did see some of your questions. About the toe fungus. I will get to all of that at the end. I don't want to be too long on here. So we're going to keep it like under like 40 minutes. You know, I always say that, but this time I'm serious, y'all. All right. So, all right. What really like kind of like catapulted all of this was I have a client that I'm working with right now. He is in my detox level 1 program. And he was diagnosed with CHF, congested heart failure. And, you know, of course, medical doctors, they only focus on the heart. They focus on the blood pressure medication, statins, which if you see my video on my page, statin deception of how I break down that statins don't do anything for the body. It doesn't do anything for the liver, but rather it stops the liver from producing the enzyme that produces cholesterol. And I already said many a times over, 100 times over, that cholesterol is not your enemy. The true root is focusing on flushing your liver, right? So we're working together. And I said, you know what? You need to do a liver flush. And he's like, you know, wow, my doctor never said to focus on the liver. And also, and I'm going to share in a minute what was passed. Okay. Also, what he stated was that not only was he was unaware of the liver, but years prior, 10 years prior. I ask very thorough questions. You know, I ask you about your labs. I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm very good at decoding your labs, right? I ask you about all of that. How's your liver enzymes, your pancreatic enzymes, your CBC? What did the blood test show? Everything, so that we're tracking the numbers, we're tracking all of that so that I know exactly what you need. See, everything is like personalized to you. And so he said 10 years prior that his liver enzymes was high. Bingo, right? So 10 years prior, the liver enzymes were already diagnosed as being high, which that already shows that the liver was out of balance. And now 10 years later, there's a diagnosis of congestive heart failure. So guys, you want to make sure that when you go to your medical doctors and they're stating, oh, you have high liver enzymes, pay attention to that, because a lot of times they don't, most times they don't give you anything for that because it's nothing really they can give. They'll just say, oh, we'll just monitor it. But if you have been diagnosed with, or it comes up when a blood test says your liver enzymes were elevated, that's your sign to do a liver flush. That's your sign to do a liver detox, right? And so I say, you know, let's get you in for the liver flush. And he just finished. And, you know, people think that, oh, I'm fine. I'm walking around. And these are for my millennials. These are for my Gen Ds and those who are younger, right? I'm fine. I'm 30, 31, 26, 23. I am fine. I feel fine. Everything is good until it's not. And that last post that I posted was that this message really is for everyone, but I'm looking at the camera, I'm talking to you, my young adults, my fresh adults, 18, 19, 20, 21, 27, 31, 32, 33. Because you're not having symptoms doesn't mean that there are not inflammation happening inside of your body. And what iridology, what I'm able to do is to help you to recognize the signs of diseases before it turns chronic. Who wants to wait until you're forced to go to the doctor, right? You're forced to like have to sit down and address your health issues after, doing all of the things that you've done in your 20s and your 30s. Not saying that you have to have the perfect diet, you have to be vegan, and you have to do this and that and all of these extra things outside of yourself. I'm asking you to commit yourself to 4 detoxes per year. And it doesn't matter what age you are, right? So, okay, now we're going into back to my client. All right. And so now, after he did the liver flush, um, he said he passed so many stones. So many stones, y'all. And he said it scared him. He didn't even know it was there. Who would have thought that a person that was diagnosed with congestive heart failure had liver and gallstones in there, right? Because it's not talked about widely that the liver and the heart is connected. The liver and the pancreas connected. Liver, reproductive. For those you had that question when it comes to utero fibroids. Oh yeah, definitely need a liver flush. If you go on my page, the page where I posted the spring liver flush, it's a list of diseases that I have in there that is linked to the liver. Uterine fibroids is one, prostate issues is another, thyroid, pancreas when it comes to diabetes, all of that linked to a faulty liver. So I definitely suggest that you really take this serious, lock in with the group, and do the flushes 4 times a year with us. I did it, and I'm about to share the picture, y'all. If y'all have a weak stomach, y'all can get off the live. But this family, we need to see this, and it's going to be really quick, right? Because we need to see what's in our body, right? We really do need to see what's in our body. Fibromyalgia, yes. I'm glad you asked that question. Yes, inflammation, that's what it is. That's what it is. YouTube, I'm about to share my screen again. Y'all ready, YouTube? Because you're going to get it first. You're going to get it first. All right, you got it. Are y'all ready? Again, you could come back on. It's not going to be for long. But family, I just to show you what is in your body. Are you ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? YouTube already got it. All right, it's not like, oh my God, it's so gross. But yeah, this is what it looks like, right? This is what it looks like. They're like these little peas. Some of them look like crystals. Some of them are green. Some of them are brown, right? And so I go into detail of like what each one means, what each color means when you're passing them. This came from a client that was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. And when I talked to him today, I mean, the octaves in his voice sounded so much higher. His voice sounded different. That's another thing that I do. I study your voice to see what kind of health you have, because you can hear like congestion of the liver, you can hear thyroid, you can hear all of that if you listen very attentively in the voice. So when I heard him, I'm like, oh my God, he sounds so good, right? He's so energetic. He's like, I can't. And then not only that, see, this was he passed it the first time he did it. And then the next morning after he passed more, that's this today, the same morning. And I was like, wow, wow. And this is what he had to say. YouTube, I don't have it up. Oh man, I don't have it where it's like I could read it like that. The YouTube, I don't have it where the next picture, but I didn't resize it. You know how it is when it comes to Instagram. But he says, I did the liver flush. Let me go into, I'm going to see if I could stop sharing. And did I send it to myself? I don't think I did. I'm going to have to read it like this. If you guys can see me, put something in the chat. Mainly Instagram, put something in the chat. Let's go to the YouTube chat. Sealy15, hello. Yes. Evolving Audi. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to kind of read it a little bit from here. It says, Shakira, I did the liver flush with Shakira. It was amazing. Let me start off by saying thank you. I'm going to kind of read it a little bit here because I can't really, do it. Make sure you guys put something in the chat so that I know that, you're tuning in. I'm going to read it as best as I can because I did not resize it before I went live because I forgot to, and I forgot how the lives be. But he says that he feels better since he's had the liver flush. He did the meditation. There is a meditation that's attached in the instructions with the liver flush. So this is his short testimony. I know you really can't read it. I really can't read it. I was excited to share it with y'all, but I really couldn't read it but I'm going to post it on my story. So no worries. All right. So this is just to show you the connection between the heart and the liver and how that the two is not, two different things. We have been, taught for so long that, oh, it's one area. Okay, you've been diagnosed with whatever it is, a thyroid. That's another thing. I had a client before and that took my detox level 2 program that did the liver flush, and I had pictures of the stones that came out. And this is someone with thyroid, okay, with a thyroid challenge. And the goiter that she had on her thyroid went down tremendously. And she was losing weight easier because when you have a thyroid, a hormonal issue, it's more challenging for you to lose and keep the weight off. So we really, the liver has to be super intensified, right? And not to say like, oh my God, I got to do all of these things out. 4, that's it. I'm asking you to commit to 4 liver flushes. 4, all right? Heart attacks, strokes, cardiovascular diseases, the metabolic diseases when it comes to diabetes. And metabolic just means that there's a disruption in a metabolic pathway where metabolism, right? Your glucose metabolism, your liver enzyme metabolism, all of that is disrupted. And so you have these different metabolic syndromes, such as diabetes. You have the heart challenges, heart disease, high blood pressure. All of that is under that umbrella of the metabolic pathway disruption. All right, which means that the body has to carry out a specific function to maintain and sustain itself. But what happened with that pathway? What happened? Why is it blocked? Why is it all of a sudden, acting up? So that's what I mean by that. So, wow, we 29 minutes, almost 30 minutes in. I'm going to start answering questions. Okay. But again, if you've heard me say it, I'm going to say it again. Liver, liver, liver. Okay. Even if someone's had a massive heart attack, right? Of course, they're going to be down for a while. But once, I look at the person, assess the person, make sure they're not too weak to do the liver flush, then that's when we start that. That's another thing, family. It's healing is different for everyone. You can't just throw them in the water, throw them some herbs. Oh, you need this. Let me just let me just pour these herbs down your throat. No, no, you have to know where that person is so that they know that they can, their energy levels is at a place where they can do that. Another thing, I forgot to bring it upstairs with me. If you heard me before talk about the Juice Plus, okay? Now the Juice Plus, and we're talking about Heart Month. It's the fruit, the vegetables, and the berry capsules. All right. And for those of you, if I'm speaking to the choir, we know that berries are excellent for cardiovascular, for the heart, right? And not only just talking about Juice Plus, because I've been with this company for 5 years now, but what I'm saying is that we have the clinical studies to show that it is effective against specific diseases. I've posted them many of times on my stories. I'm going to post it again so that you can click on it and you can look at the studies that they have done with between a 6 and 8 week period. And they've shown that it helps with lowering cholesterol naturally instead of artificially with statins, right? That it helps against heart disease. It's very beneficial for those who kidney challenges, those who have those umbrella of those metabolic syndromes that I discussed, um, inflammation, which somebody already mentioned, fibromyalgia. So we have the studies to prove that and back that up. So that's like the first thing that I always, um, encourage my clients to get the Juice Plus, because you need the nutrition, you need that foundation in your body before we really intensify the next program, the next detoxification step. All right. So it's in my link tree. It's literally in my link tree. I want you guys to, you have to DM me heart to get the link to the heart and mind bundle. But really, what I'm suggesting for those of you who are really looking for that nutrition, you're really looking for something that you can take on a day-to-day basis and get your fruit and vegetable intake in, that's where the Juice Plus comes in. If you also have a question about, oh, is this going to interact with my medication? Is this going to interact with anything that I'm doing? Well, absolutely not. Can you take this through any detox? Absolutely yes, because it's literally just fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Literally, from farm to capsule, they grow their own fruits and vegetables, wait for it to be ripened, and place it, pulverize it, and it's in a capsule. I don't have it sitting around in my home, right? So once you order it, that's when it's being prepared. So I want you to DM me heart. I want you to DM me juice. Let's get you started. YouTube, the same. I want you to email me, or you can go on my website, www.holisticcapellas.com, and I put it in the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop it. We're coming up on 35 minutes. I'm putting my email here for the YouTube family. And remember, this live is going to be saved on my Patreon. So gratitude for y'all catching this, because it is not going to be available on here after tomorrow. All right. So make sure y'all do that. Let's go to these questions. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all enjoying yourselves? The Motherhood Healer said we're all doing the liver flush in March. All right. I'm excited. Who else is doing the liver flush? Who else is ready to do the liver flush? Who else is ready? Okay. Right now, it's $65 for the early bird special. After March 1st, it goes up to $85. So you definitely want to lock in $65 plus shipping. Definitely want to lock into that. Someone else said, we already asked that. Will that help with uterine fibroids? Yes. Is there a cure you have for toe fungus, toenail that is? When it comes to toenail fungus, and I'm glad you brought that up. That goes into the liver. So any kind of dark fingernails, dark toenails, that just shows that something is hardened in the body, where your cells are not able to renew itself as quickly, okay? Because you have toenail cells as well. All right. So that's what the liver is responsible for. The liver is responsible, it governs the entire cellular structure of the body. Why? Let me break it down for you. Okay. Remember how I said cholesterol is not your enemy, right? Cholesterol is not your enemy. Matter of fact, you need cholesterol because it acts as a protective coat for the cell. So if you don't have enough cholesterol by the time you're 65 or 70, that's where dementia comes in. That's where Alzheimer's come in, right? That's where all of those memory-related diseases come into play, because you have been spending 30 plus years taking statins thinking that cholesterol was the bad thing, and it wasn't. Your brain needs cholesterol. Your your body needs cholesterol in total, because the way it works, the liver produces the LDL, which is the low density lipoproteins, right? Y'all following me? Put something in the chat. I'm really going slow, because I don't want to go like too fast so where that you're not understanding me. But this information is so important because, oh gosh, this thing's tangled. This information is so important because we've been lied to about LDL, HDL, triglycerides, all of those low density lipoproteins, right? We've been like, what we need to do with our health, but really, looking at the high cholesterol numbers is really shedding a light on how the liver is functioning, right? So going back to it, the liver produces cholesterol. It also produces that low density lipoprotein. And the point of the low density lipoprotein is to transport the cholesterol to cell. Now, why is that important? Because the LDL helps to maintain the structure of the cellular membrane. And for those of you who sciencey a little bit like me, know how important it is for the cellular membrane to be intact. Why? Because when you eat certain foods, when you do certain activities, think certain thoughts, your cellular membrane helps to keep out those pathogens, right? So let's say you're eating certain foods. If the cellular membrane is firm and strong, it's going to like, think of it as a boot. It's like, bing, get that out of here. And what happens when the cellular membrane knocks it out? Well, you start having symptoms, right? Well, we call it sickness. Or on earth, we call it sickness, like sore throat, flu, COVID, all of that. But that's just the body, the cell rejecting whatever it is that you're eating, whatever it is that you're thinking, whatever it is that you're doing, it's rejecting it. Now, let's say if you're, the reason why the cholesterol gets high, and then cardiovascular disease comes into play, atherosclerosis, congestive heart failure, is because when the liver is too fatty, you can't throw off the excess LDL. So now instead of the LDL flowing to and helping to drop off the cholesterol to each cell, then it has to go back to the liver. It's not going back because the liver is saying, hey, I can't take anymore. I can't. You're going to have to go somewhere else. Like you're going to have to go somewhere else. I can't do anything right now. Let me pick it up. Hold on, y'all. Let me pick it up. It's saying, it's like, oh my God, I can't do anything right now. Right? So this is your liver, my YouTube family, my Instagram family. And you see all of these different veins, and you have the main duct, which is the hepatic, the liver duct. And so you have all of that LDL flowing, trying to come back to the liver via the blood, the arteries, and the blood vessels. But now it's like, okay, you can't come back. I am too overloaded. So now it gets stuck in the blood. It gets stuck. And what happens when it gets stuck? What do they call it? Congestive heart failure, which is a symptom, not a real disease. It's a symptom of fatty liver. It's a symptom of gallstones. It is a symptom of liver stones. So it's not just looking at the heart, family. That's why I put it in my post The American Liver Association and the American Heart Association needs to team up and tell people the truth that one, the liver has everything to do with the heart and vice versa, but they're not. Matter of fact, I don't think most of them know that. Because if you go to school for cardiology, how much study do you get on the liver? If you go to school to focus on the liver as a doctor, how much study do you get on the heart? Are they really, really connecting those dots? Not saying that they can't because they weren't taught. Everything you and me have been taught is fragmented. We have broken things down to the point where we don't even know what's going on. And that's why it's so important to know thyself, to know what you are. This is what you are. We know more about everything else, how we want to look. Oh, I want to look like that influencer. I need to get that makeup. Oh, I need to get that sneaker. But you don't even know the inner workings of your liver. I just gave you some free game, y'all, on that. And I trust that you have notes and taking it down and sharing it with your parents, your grandparents. If you're going through this, you're digesting this for yourself. So you're like, hey, I got to lock in with her. I got to do this liver flush. And I'm going to feel amazing after. And that's his first liver flush. He passed stones the first time. And that's how you know it was in there for so long. Let's check the YouTube chat. My Instagram chat. Let's get some engagement up, y'all. Ask y'all questions. Put something in chat. Evil Tracy DJ. I appreciate you for keeping that engagement up. All right. YouTube. Life is Amazing said, thank you. So then the heart palpitations are a symptom of that same buildup. Yes, yes, and yes. They don't. Absolutely, they don't, because they don't know. They don't connect the dots when it comes to heart disease and the liver. All right? They really don't. Can I even say that anxiety is linked to it as well? What we call anxiety is linked to all of that. I mean, I know after doing the liver flush, like I'm excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait to next month, because I feel amazing every single time I do it. Every single time. And like I said before, I didn't pass stones until my 7th flush, which was September of 2024. I was like, oh my gosh, they look like crystals. And it was about seven stones, and they were green. And I just knew, I said, you know what? Some people may get discouraged because, oh, I didn't pass it the first time. Or they might say, see, nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. No. Sometimes it takes a while or many flushes to get deep into the liver. Your liver is a whole network. So yeah, if you don't pass stones your first time, that doesn't mean that you don't have stones. It just means keep doing it. And even if you never pass stones, right? You're keeping your liver healthy. That's what I say. Okay? This is a good question. Life is Amazing said, did the passing stones feel painful? No. And I'll tell you why. If you go online and look at that, look at the time, it's 45 minutes. I always do this. We're going to wrap it up, y'all. But thank y'all for y'all attention. Again, before I answer this question, we are doing a spring equinox liver flush next month, March 17th through March 22nd. It's $65 to lock into the early bird price. And then after that, it goes up to $85. You can find it on my website, holisticcapalace.com, which is in my link tree, or on PayPal. The link is in my bio. All right. Also, for those who are interested in the Juice Plus, you can also go in a link on my bio, or you can DM me Juice or Heart, and I will schedule a 15-minute phone call for you or with you if you need more information and you're ready to order. All right. So going back to your question, no, it doesn't hurt passing the stones. When you go online, it says that it's not it's not recommended to pass stones on your own. That is far from the truth. And this is the reason why I got into, or how I got into iridology. For those who know my story, it was because of my mother. She had gallstones but didn't know it. The doctors didn't know it. They ran every test, looked at her liver, and they said, "Listen, everything is fine. You have nothing going on. We don't know why you're in pain, ma'am. Take these pain medications. Go home. Pray for the best because we just don't know how to help you." And she's like, in pain. Y'all, put something in the chat if you know someone or you have gone through gallstones. I've never gone through it as far as on a chronic level, but baby, it hurts. And when I mean hurts, you are bent over. I don't want that for y'all. I don't want that for you. Why should we have to wait until we're in pain when there's like hundreds of stones in the liver and the gallbladder for us to get our attention? Right? So going back on the story, my grandmother said, "Well, I told you to go to that iridologist, told you to go to that iridologist." And so this was back in Brooklyn, right? And she goes to the iridologist, and 2 minutes, not one, not 10, not running every test. He looked in them eyes, baby. He looked in those eyes and he said, "You have gallstones." That, and she said, "What?" And he gave her the exact remedy that I'm helping you all with today. She passed them stones, no gallbladder surgery, no pain after that. An iridologist was able to solve her problem that she went to stay back and forth to medical doctors for 2 weeks, couldn't solve it. And that story stuck out to me, and here I am today helping y'all. Like, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm here, because I fell in love with that. And I said, wow, wow, right? And so somebody said I need to move my mouthpiece up. It's, y'all can't hear me. Oh, Chani. Okay, can you hear me in the chat for YouTube? YouTube, can you hear me? Mike, check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? All right. Trusting that y'all can hear me now on YouTube land. Can y'all hear me? All right. All right. And so, what was the next thing I was going to say? Yes. So, after that, I just been, okay. So after that, I just been helping people ever since, with the liver detox and the liver flush. The reason why it doesn't hurt, because I have a certain protocol in place to help you to soften the stones before it passes through the bile ducts. So, one of the steps is that for the first 6 days, you have to drink either tart cherry juice or fresh apple juice, because that's what's high in malic acid. Malic acid helps to soften the stones before you pass it. So you have to drink a cup of that per day, right? And then you go to the big shebang is on that Saturday. We usually start Monday and it ends Saturday because people work. So I make this effective for anyone who's working a 9 to 5, because it's a lot that you're moving and you don't want to do this while you're at work. So by Saturday night, you're doing the grapefruit juice and the olive oil and the magnesium citrate. The magnesium citrate comes with your liver flush kit. You do not have to worry about getting that. It comes with the kit. So what comes with the kit is the liver flush, the liver chi herbal blend, and the magnesium citrate, right? So you're going to take that, and that's going to help your gallbladder to contract to a third of its size so that you can release the stones or the waste. Then you go to sleep. You do the meditation that I have written out for you. It's a special meditation. And then the next day, you are having tons of bowel movements. I always recommend to rest that Sunday. Don't do anything strenuous, because the gallbladder area can be very, like, it can like feel sore. I remember after the liver flush, I was like on cloud nine. I was so energetic. I cleaned my entire house, cleaned out the cabinets, mopped the floors everywhere. And I'm like, I gotta sit down. I'm playing all kind of music, just vibing. And I felt like a nudge in my gallbladder, like, all right, you need to sit down. Because that was like liver surgery, y'all. You're doing like holistic surgery on yourself. Look at that. You are the magician. You did it on your own. And like I said, I want you to look up the statistics of how many gallbladder surgeries are done in this country, y'all. Only this country, not as much as in any other country. And the reason why it's done more in America than any other place is why? Because we eat the most fried, oily, processed foods. Fried, oily, processed foods, right? So that's why it's more prevalent in America, in our country, than any other place in the world. The next thing to that, and we eat a lot of dairy. So we talk about all of that in the liver flush group. You also get recipes, the best foods to eat. This time around, for next month, we're going to be pairing the liver flush with a parasite cleanse, right? So for those of you who are already in it, I'm going to share more information on that, because now I've had people that said I passed parasites as well as the stones. But this time we're going to put in the parasite cleanse together, and you're going to pass parasites as well if it's there, right? We're going to pass that too. You're going to find that you're going to be less wanting sugar, right? It's not that you want sugar, you the soul wants sugar. You want sugar based upon what's inside that hasn't come out. I'm finding I've heard people that say they were more happier because what's the emotion that's connected to the liver? Anger. Anger, family. Thought can also disrupt the metabolic process. It's not just what you eat. You could be eating vegan, you can be eating the healthiest diet, but I'm telling you right now, if you don't address the emotions, okay, your health will remain the same. So we go into all of that. It's amazing. I look forward to having y'all. We already got like 5 new signups, so I'm looking forward to having more and more and more and more and more. Okay, because I'm really helping y'all to reverse the aging process. Oh, that's another thing. Liver helps you to look 10 years younger. I had, when we was at the Non Eat the God Fest, shout out to Brother Rich, Radiohead Rich. I ran into one of my people in the group. She came by my table and she said, "Hey, Dr. Shakira, you don't know me, but she was like, I'm Patricia. I'm in your group." I said, "Oh my gosh." She said, "Listen, after I did," because she's, older woman. And she said, "After I did your liver flush, people kept saying my skin was glowing. I am never going to stop doing your liver flush." She's locked in. Locked in. Look at that. I was so happy to see her. I never seen her in person. Right? A lot of my people on the liver flush I've never seen in person. We've seen each other on Instagram. They had an iridology appointment from me, but to see her in person and give me that review, I was like, "Woohoo." Um Johnny, I'm joining. Yes, yes. I cannot wait. I can't wait. I really can't. Um Someone said, "Life is Amazing" said on YouTube, "I missed the January Juice Plus sale." Yeah, that was a good sale. I was trying to tell y'all. I was trying to tell y'all. It was free. The complete, I'm sorry, y'all, on YouTube because I keep hitting my mic. The free Juice Plus shakes and the free Juice Plus brain food, which is called Luminate. And all of that was like $150 worth of stuff free. Now, the promotion that we have right now is called the Heart and Mind Bundle, which is free. It's 2 month supply of the omega and 2 15 servings of the brain food Luminate for $98. So 2 months supply of the omega, which is a full spectrum omega, by the way, 3, 6, 7, and 9. So you're getting micro sea algae, the pomegranate seed, raspberry seed, all of that in the Juice Plus Omega capsules. Then you're getting the Luminate. Luminate is literally like a lion's mane, cordyceps, sage, rhodiola, coffee berry extract, and that's just the extract of the coffee berry. It's not fully caffeinated, right? And so that is included in the Heart and Mind, and that's $98. So if you interested in that, just DM me Heart. put it in the chat on YouTube. I put my email in there, right? So you definitely want to email me it's info at holisticapalace.com. If you have questions, please drop it in the chat. Instagram, please drop it. I'm surprised. YouTube, y'all doing real good today. It's so much engagement going on YouTube. I'm gonna need y'all to do the same on Instagram. I see y'all listening and watching. Ask y'all questions, drop some comments. I am here for you. Evolving Audi said, do we drink the olive oil during the cleanse? Only the last day. So only the last day. Remember, you're going to get complete paper instructions with your liver flush kit. So it's going to have everything written out, super detailed, right? So the olive oil is only taken on the last day, which is Saturday. Okay, only on the last day, which is Saturday. I was trying to figure out how do we get our children's free with the purchase. That's a good question. So with the Juice Plus, again, it's fruits, vegetables, and berries in the capsule. And also we have the full spectrum omega. You get a free package for your children, right? Free Juice Plus for your children. What other vitamin company is doing that? You pay for your order, but you're getting $300 stuff worth for free. Oh my goodness. So the way you do that, email me. I'm going to put my email again. It's info at holisticapalace.com. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link for you to get your child's free Juice Plus. What you want to do, if you're like, I'm ready to get the Juice Plus, I'm ready to get it free from my child, just email me your child's name, their date of birth, and I will just create a link for you, and you can go ahead and order it. All right. So yeah, that's it tonight, folks. Oh my gosh. Back into the question with Tracy. Yes, the toe fungus. On an internal level, you definitely want to constantly do liver flushes. And then certain remedies that you can apply on topically, which is like antibacterial and antimicrobial products like tea tree and oregano oil. What else? I like to add I'll make a mixture. You could do tea tree, oregano oil, peppermint, orange oil, and if you can get like a powder of portiarco, something like that, you could kind of apply it to where the fungus is. Really, fungus is like a yeast that's not being thrown off by the body. It's just staying in. So you also want to focus on your gut. And then focusing on the gut is, again, focusing on the liver. Okay. So I trust that I answered your question. Thank you, doctor. I definitely want to do the cleanse with loved ones. Yes. Yo, yes. Yes, indeed. Hey, cousin. Hey, peace and love. Get this knowledge. Yes, that's my little cousin in her late teens, right? She young, so get this information. You missed most of the live, but just listen to this over. But remember, Instagram family, this will be taken down tomorrow because it's going on my Patreon. So remember, Patreon. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Patreon is patreon.com/holistic hope. It's just that simple. Make sure y'all show love on there. Subscribe either for free if you want to check me out. I want to feel her out. I want to see what she's sharing. And also, if you're ready, like, oh yeah, you really rock with me, go ahead and choose a tier. I have it for like $5. If you do the $25, you get like certain readings per month. You get like a tune-up, like a 5 or 10 minute reading. Yeah. So I drop videos on my Patreon every Wednesday. So it's another one that's coming this Wednesday. Why am I doing the Holy Spirit Palace? So it's another one coming this Wednesday. Give me 1 second while I put the link in my Um, Instagram. Okay. That's the Patreon. That is the Patreon for my YouTube people and my IG people, all right? Baby me, wildest dreams. Hey sis, how you doing? Hey my sis. Oh my goodness, we had a ball at the Super Bowl. Watching the Super Bowl, it was amazing. And y'all, I am never into that. Let me say, I was never into that, and I just got into it. I'm asking my sisters. I'm like, what that touchdown? How much points you get per touchdown? It's really that bad, y'all. I really don't know like anything about it, but I had an amazing time. I was really only there for K Dot, and we just cut up when he started coming on. So we had an amazing time. Shout out to them. But y'all, I'm about to get out of here. It's an hour. Look, I always do this. I said, well, we're going to be on here for 35 minutes. About 25 minutes later, we're here. IG froze you when you started explaining. Please save this live. Yes. Then you want to get this live. This live will be up for 12 hours. And then it will be on my Patreon. So go to my Patreon, subscribe either for free or you choose a tier. And then it will be up on there. This video will be available for the free subscribers, but the videos that I'm also dropping on Wednesday, that's like for my tier level subscribers. Okay, so make sure y'all show love and subscribe. $5 a month, $10 a month. I may have a tier of $2 a month, so that y'all getting the information, because we about to turn it up on Patreon, because a lot of stuff I really want to talk about, I can't talk about on here. And I want to have a private community. So that's my goal, is to build that private community. And I want y'all to come over to that private community and really rock with your girl. All right. So thank y'all so much. For those who just tapping in, you got 12 hours to watch this on Instagram, and then it's going to come down and be uploaded to my Patreon. Thank y'all again. Remember how important your liver is. All right. It is so important to really even study it for yourself, how it's connected to so many different challenges that we face. All right. So thank y'all so very. Oh, we got some badges being bought on Instagram. I appreciate y'all. Foxy B _1908 bought a badge. I appreciate you. Also, while we're still here, for those of you who enjoyed this live, you also enjoy my information. If you want to donate, my PayPal is up on my link tree. Also, my Cash App. And of course, the best way, Patreon, because you're going to be getting something for what you're investing in. All right. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yanni Banks, I see you. Peace and love. Oh my goodness. Good to see you here. Oh my gosh. All right. So thank you so very much, YouTube and Instagram family. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace and power. All right. So we just ended on Instagram. We're about to end here. Thank you so much for oh my God, the engagement. Y'all was really going, and I love it. YouTube is really, usually my YouTube is not this engaged, but I was like, oh my God, y'all is showing love. Thank y'all again, and stay tuned for my next video drop, which is this Wednesday, on my Patreon and everything that I'm doing on IG and YouTube. Peace and love, family.